How about now? Can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me. Savannah, let me know, Savannah. Can you hear me now? I think I fixed it. Savannah, yes or no? Can you hear me, sweetie? Yay! Thank you, Savannah. Okay, I fixed it, guys. All right, good, good. We're good. I hope everybody else could come back. I don't know what happened. My apologies. My apologies, everybody. Okay, good. I'm glad you could hear me. My apologies. I am new to the world of doing live videos, okay? Like I've been a YouTuber for 6 years now, okay? Like I started out with my other channel and this is like my first, I just started doing live not too long ago. Okay? So bear with me, guys. Please bear with me. Bear with me. So I'm just pulling up my notes, okay? I'm pulling up my notes that I had. And we're going to talk about end of life care. And we are also going to talk about we're going to talk about some of the things that we can do. All right, that's okay, sweetie, if you cannot talk. Yes, thank you for watching. Are you in class? Where are you? All right. Okay, so we are going to talk about how to take care of our loved ones under hospice care who is dying. Okay, like what are some of the things to do? So first of all, I want to remind us, okay, I know that the nighttime can be very scary. The nighttime is a very scary time, and it's especially, you know, scary if we do not know how to take care of somebody who's dying, if we are not familiar with how to take care of somebody under hospice care. Now, that being said, my hospice family, I want us to be sure that we are, and I'm not gonna be on here for too long, okay? I just probably gonna be here for another 10 minutes or so, okay? I want you, my caregiver who's taking care of somebody under hospice care, make sure that you take time to rest, all right? Make sure that at nighttime you are resting your body. Like if you have another sibling or if you have another family member that can come into the house, okay, and help take care of mom, that can come into the house, help take care of dad, you know, thank you, Savannah. You are my number one. I appreciate you. Yes, if you are taking care of your family, and make sure that you rest. Rest your body. That is so important. Rest your body, rest your soul, okay? Rest your spirit. You're gonna need to do that. It's very, very important. It's very, very crucial and important that you are taking the proper time to rest. All right? Ask somebody for help. Ask your neighbor. If your neighbor comes in to your house and asks you, oh, do you need help? What can I do to help you with your mom? What can I do to help you with your husband, you know, etc. Tell them, well, can you please come by tonight and, you know, spend the night so that I can have a restful night. You know, you could kind of sleep in the same room as dad while I, you know, go in my room and have a restful night. Okay, just keep an eye on that for me. So make sure that you are taking your time to really rest. Okay. Also, the other thing is that make sure you are taking care of your body. Okay, my hospice caregivers, if you are taking care of somebody who's dying, make sure you are eating the proper meals. All right, make sure you are drinking. all right? Drinking enough fluids, enough water, all right? That is very important. Like, I really want us to be able to take care of ourselves, because it's not just a matter of taking care of somebody else. You come first. You have to make sure that you as a caregiver, you are doing well, okay? Like, do you understand? Like, does that make sense? Okay, good, good. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions, okay? Let me know if what I said makes sense to you as a caregiver who's taking care of somebody under hospice care. Like, you have to first take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you will be no good to your to your loved ones, okay? All right. Now, that being said, during the nighttime, make sure that even before, we start to take care of our loved ones, make sure that safety is first and foremost. Meaning that make sure that you put the bed in the lowest position. My hospice family, if you guys are just coming in, please give me a like and subscribe. We are talking about nighttime routine. What to do at nighttime when we are taking care of somebody under hospice care. When somebody is dying, when you are taking care of a loved one who's dying, what to do. Like, what are some of the techniques that you can do? I did a video on it, but I just want to come out here live and chat with us one-to-one. Okay, so make sure that the bed is at the lowest position, okay? Especially when you leave the room, because you don't want to come back into the room and find your loved one on the floor, okay? And even if they were to fall down, at least it's not going to be, as painful if the bed is on the lowest level versus, if it was high up, okay? Before you leave the room, make sure that you have they have a way of reaching you. If they are still able to talk to you, if they're still, oriented and with it, make sure that they have like a call light, like a bell, a call light, like something that they can reach you in the middle of the night, okay? So I'm just kind of talking about how to set up the room, like what are the essentials that we need in the room, okay? And of course, make sure that the pathway is clear. Like, if you have a rug, that the rug is not, clustered, or it's not, like there's not a bunch of objects on the floor. Because if your loved ones were to get up at night, we want to make sure that the pathway is clear, okay? That's very important. All right. Now, of course, at nighttime, also, my hospice family, we want to make sure that we are doing, we making sure that the environment is clear. Meaning that, think about the lights. Make sure that, the lights are dim, try to reduce noises, okay? Don't put too much noise. Play certain kind of music that your loved ones may like. Maybe your loved one enjoy classical music, maybe they enjoy, just white noise. Okay, let them make sure that you kind of keep the environment very soothing. All right. Now, one of the main things that I want us to be familiar with and I want us to know is we have to make sure that your loved ones is not in any pain. Before you do hygiene on them, like before you give them a bed bath, things of that nature, please be sure you are checking to make sure that your loved one doesn't have any pain, okay? Like, keep them, assess their pain, assess their breathing, okay? Like, make sure that they're not anxious. Like, look at their body, like make sure that, they're not like tense, and just contracted, you know, look at their faces to make sure that they're not grimacing, because grimacing, or listen to their voice to make sure that it's not moaning, okay? Like, you know, because those are all nonverbal signs of pain. And my recommendation, my hospice family, my recommendation is that I recommend that we give them medication, like we administer meds at least 30 minutes before we do care. All right? Before you give your mom a bed bath, okay, before you give your husband a bed bath, or your, you know, whoever is your loved one who's dying, before you take care of them, please make sure you medicate your loved ones so that they're not in pain, because oftentimes you will have to turn them, you know, back and forth, you know, like roll them to the left side, roll them to the right side. And it may not seem like it's, you know, anything to you, but when somebody is dying, when somebody's at the end of life, they are using a lot of energy. You see, they're using a lot of energy. So before you transfer them, you know, back and forth, be sure that they are being medicated, okay, that they are properly being medicated, okay? Like, does that make sense, my hospice family? All right, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, the other thing that I want to talk to us about in regards to hospice care and, you know, making sure that our loved ones is comfortable at nighttime is we want to also make sure that we are doing very good hygiene. Okay, we are doing very good hygiene and personal care. And of course, before you do hygienes or personal care on your loved ones, I definitely recommend you use gloves. You also wash your hands. Make sure that your hands are clean, because we don't want to transmute, we don't want to transmit any kind of illnesses, okay, like between you to them or them to you. And especially from you to them, because like I said, I made another video about this, but you could handle the common cold and flu, but they might not be able to deal with the common cold and flu, you see. So make sure that when you are doing care on your loved ones, you protect them, okay. Regarding the hygiene, of course, clean their face, you know, their armpits, their private areas, okay. Let's see, do some mouth care, oral care, you know, please brush their teeth morning and night, okay. Because their mouth might be very dry, and if we brush our teeth, it will you know, lessen the amount of dryness, okay. And of course, make sure that we are putting a fresh gown. Put a fresh gown on your loved ones, okay? Any question, my beautiful hospice family? Let me know, let me know. And also, once you clean them up, like once you make sure that the environment is safe, once you clean them up, okay, and you assess whether or not they have pain or is uncomfortable, of course, make sure that you position them in a wonderful way, such as sometimes you might need to put pillows, you know, like underneath their knees, of course, you know, on their back, put pillows, you know, on their, you know, behind their head, you know, their arms, you know, because like sometimes, you know, their arms is, you know, pending, like, you know, just hanging down. Make sure you kind of put pillows to support their body so that they could remain comfortable during the nighttime, okay? All right, my husband's family, let me know if you have any more questions, like any questions about nighttime and how to keep your loved ones comfortable during the nighttime. All right. I think those are all the recommendations I have for now. But once again, I want to let us know that hospice end of life care, it's not easy, you know, like it's definitely is not easy when we are taking care of somebody under hospice. It is a lot of hard work, and I completely understand, okay. But I want you to know that you are not alone. You are not alone.